Alright guys, well today in my video I'm going to be talking about how to vote in the United States. Just starting off, on my theme on my website is political science, so please don't take off any points because it says no political science or politics or things like that, because it is part of my theme. In America, there are many things we as civilians can do to help our community thrive. Although there are these many things we can do, one thing we as Americans collectively do not do is participate in voting. Voting in America sees its highest turnout percentage for the national election, which is a whopping 54% of registered voters in the most recent election between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. In this video, I'll be teaching you how to vote for the President of the United States. The first thing many of us forget to do starts with actually registering yourself to vote. In most states, you need to register to vote by at least 30 days before the scheduled election date and need to be registered in your district of your state. Registering is actually very simple. You can visit vote.usa.gov to learn more about voting, how to register, and where to register and things like that. Or the easiest way is by going to your local voting center or city hall and applying there. Once you've registered, you should receive in the mail your voter ID card, which you need to present in order to vote. Once you've registered, you should pay close attention to the presidential debates in order to listen to a candidate share what they will do to help the country. From here, you should pick a candidate who you see best fit to run the country based on your values you have. If you do not know what your values are, you can go online and they have many political ideology things that you can take to figure out where your party alignment would be and what your thoughts on different parties are. It is important to watch all the debates in order to hear everything that a candidate is saying, and also important to fact check what they are saying is correct. I stress to not believe everything you hear because many things these candidates say are professionally swayed by their writers in order to gain momentum in the polls. Just because a candidate or news site says something, that it doesn't necessarily make it true. So be cautious when reading, and if you believe something to be wrong, research and be sure. Many of the debates revolve around issues that are very broad and have nothing to do with the average American citizen. Although this is sometimes true, it's still important to watch the debates in order to figure out the candidate's values and beliefs so you can figure out who you're going to vote for. So the big day has come and you've watched all the debates. Most importantly, a big reason many people actually don't vote is because they forget what day the polls open. Before I tell you the date, just remember that many states offer an early voters program which allows you to take advantage of voting a number of days prior so you don't forget the date. It's especially common and popular for older people since they don't want to be at the polls all day and they're often slow when they're there anyway. So in the U.S., voting begins the Tuesday following the first Monday of November, and in the case of the 2016 election, that date fell on the 8th. Now, the days will always fall between the 2nd and the 8th. They'll never be on the 1st. After you've voted, it's important to watch the election on your favorite news station, but be careful as many of these stations have bias towards a specific ideology. This may take a while, so I would suggest having a football game or another TV show that you like on the other channel so you can keep flipping back and forth to watch the Electoral College pick its candidate. It's important to remember that the Electoral College is actually what votes in the President of the United States and not popular vote as many people thought so in the 2016 election and actually ran into a big problem. Once the Electoral College goes over 270 for a specific candidate, then they have won the election and will be the new President of the United States. I stress, whether your candidate wins or loses, it's important to remember that you did do your part as a citizen of the United States. Win or lose, please have grace and do not riot in the streets because that will not change the outcome of the election. The best part about our election system is that it's democratic and you can vote again in 4 years. Imagine being in Russia and having to live with that guy for longer than 4 years. Another big thing I stress as an American citizen is to watch the inauguration, whether that's in person if you have the funds to be able to attend, or online or on TV. It's actually very prospering to watch the inauguration, and it's part of American history, you know? So, I mean, I personally enjoy watching anything that has anything to do with politics, and I understand that some people aren't into that kind of stuff, history, it bores them, but it is only once every 4 years, so I think you can afford to waste a couple hours of your life to witness history.